Hello and welcome to the Bell Watch Guy. Today I have a fellow collector with me. Luke, how are you doing today?
Very good, thank you. Thanks for having me on the show.
You're very welcome. I'm actually quite curious. You brought a very big box of watches. I heard you have a very big collection.
Yeah, I have to say I've been doing this for a little bit more than 10 years now, and I just bought and I think I'm at the point like every collector must have at some point is should I consolidate a little bit, maybe downsize a little bit? Eventually, I think I will get there, but not right now. I'm still enjoying many of them. Of course, some of them have really not a lot of wrist time at the moment, but c'est la vie, and I still love very much each and every one of them. So I have problems imagining which one I could sell first.
Okay. Well, let us show where it started.
Yeah, so ta-da!
Ooh.
It's quite a diverse collection, of course, and even if the box is quite good, not all of them are here with us today. Not all of them could make the cut, unfortunately.
Wait, there's even more?
There's even more. There's even more. But I tried to bring all of them that were really meaningful to me. One or two, unfortunately, they are in the shop. Let's say they're in the garage, getting inspected, getting up to speed. So I'm just a little bit sad for you guys that there's at least one I couldn't bring, which I think is very nice. But we will maybe have a few words about it, and you can then incrust some pictures later on, maybe. So. Let's start, and the first one I'm going to talk about is the very famous SEIKO SRB 035, if I remember correctly. Now, one thing that not a lot of people know is, you know how a lot of watches have nicknames, and I discovered that this one actually has a name which is the Spirit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's the story behind it?
So I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know. It's just a name from the SEIKO marketing people, I guess. But when you think Spirit, usually you think about Longines, because they revived this very good model line, which is the Spirit, along with the Zulu time. But this one, also has the Spirit name, which I think... Maybe I don't know. The fact that it's black like this is a bit like a ghost. I know a lot of people call it the baby Grand SEIKO because it has a lot of charm. It's a very good and classy dress watch, and it's a lot of bang for your bucks.
Yeah, I see you like SEIKOs a lot. I see there's a Grand SEIKO in the collection. You also have another SEIKO.
Yeah. So the other SEIKO is the second one that came around. It was at the time where I was really discovering the mechanical watch world, and you know, it was the time when SEIKO was still doing, and they still do today, to be honest, they still do a lot of JDM models. And so those two watches came from the website that used to be called Mass Drop. I think they call it now just Drop. And I think a lot of you know the principle of the thing. It's some people buying bunches of models at the same time and then distributing throughout the world. That way you can get a JDM model even if you don't live there. So yeah, those were my two first mechanical watches purchase. One which I actually already sold, or kind of gave away, to be more honest. I used to have a Vostok Europe, the gas limousine model. It was a very chunky but really nice watch in rose gold accents. I think you can maybe find some pictures. I like the history about it because the movement inside was still Vostok. And it was this brand that they created in, I think, Lithuania, called Vostok Europe. and they managed to get all the last batches of Vostok movements, put it in brand new cases, which they tried to respect as much as possible the all design elements of the brand, and sold it as is. So of course it was very difficult to get it serviced. I
can imagine.
I was fortunate at the time that I had a Russian girlfriend, so she brought it to the motherland, got it serviced there for like
pennies on the dollar.
Exactly. And but then I left the watch with her.
It seems we have one thing in common. My old connection with Seiko and Vostok watches is also with my Russian girlfriend. So
voila, there you have it. Yeah,
a connection there.
Exactly, that's the thing about both watches and collecting stuff. It's always brings you back to some events of your life, of the past, and that's the cool thing about watches. There is always a history behind.
Did those two Seikos trigger you to get the Grand Seiko eventually, or?
Much later. I discovered Grand Seiko quite later, to be honest. So these two are from around 2012, maybe something like that, and this one is from last year. So much more recent addition to the collection.
Yeah, it's. I never got into Seiko and Grand Seiko. Really should research the brand a little bit more. To be honest.
I always like to compare Seiko to Mercedes for car fans, because you have like you get into the entry level. You have the normal Seikos, is like you have your A class or C class Mercedes. Then you have Grand Seiko, which is more like AMG level, and then you also have Mercedes competing in Formula One, and that's kind of like Credo in my eyes.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I situate the SEIKO Epson group. Is you have really models for every kind of budget, from €50 to 500,000, which is really crazy.
I see also some vintage stuff and some vintage Atari stuff. The square one. What could you tell about this one?
I'll come to that one in a bit. I would first like, if you don't mind, to say a word about this one. It's so people can see it's a mono aiguille, and this one is a really good tie between I'll say my two great passions or hobbies. It's of course watches, but also what triggered me to really go into the watch collecting world is because of video games. Video games, internet forums, all the geek culture that I got from a very early age. And then I was on this forum for a lot of years, and some people were crazy about watches on that forum. And you know how forums work. It's usually you go there for one specific topic, but then you see that people are talking about everything. They will talk about cars, about shoes, clothes, books, history, and some talk also about watches. And when I was younger, even though I really liked watches, like I would see a Panerai ad, and I would think, oh, good stuff. But I never really wanted to pull the trigger, as they say. And then going to this forum, I saw a lot of people talking about mechanical watches, and I got interested. And there are two models that really got me hooked. And we'll talk about them later, of course, because the first is the Omega Speedmaster. And the second was Flieger watches, like you have the Stowa Flieger, for example, or you have the IWC Pilot.
Yeah, I can see that in the collection as well.
Yeah. So those models really intrigued me, and I wanted to know more. And then I started doing my research, and I started getting really hooked. And so that one is a Belarusian Lush watch, which is a mono aiguille. And because of this passion we had on this video games forum, we got a few batch made especially for us.
Oh, so this is unique?
This is a unique piece with the logo of the, this is the mascot of the video game forum. And we are a few people to have it, and there are some inscriptions also on the back, which I can show you. So this is also one I really like, and I think it's a very nice model that also you can pair with a lot of different straps. So yeah, I think everyone should have at least one mono aiguille in their collection.
Trust me, I said a lot of hot topics like that. Never. But it's good. We don't all have the same taste. But it's very cool.
Yeah, exactly. A bit of variety is always good. So you were asking me about the square watch?
Yeah, it immediately caught my eye. It's completely different than your collection. I like a little bit of the touch of gold. I don't know if it's plated in real gold, but this
is the real deal. Gégère Lecoultre from the 60s. It's an early model of the club lineup, so the JLC club. They have this what they call. For those of you that are old enough, you remember the big-ass television sets that we used to have before LCD, and the shape of the watch itself, and especially the shape of the glass, is really reminding us of the old television sets. So full gold, 18 carats, I think. I got it serviced last year. They did a very great job. And I got a few pictures of the caliber, which is very, very nice to look at.
I like the pairing with the green strap. I presume that's a new one?
Exactly. So I'm a bit of a crazy guy when it comes to leather straps. So I'll give a little shout out to ABP and Deluxe. I'm not getting any money. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite. I've given them a lot of money over the years, but I think they do a great job. They do custom orders, which are very, very nice. And also, of course, they have a great lineup of stock straps in every kind of colors and available leathers. And I think it's also one of the pleasures of doing watch collection is changing the straps. I always say it's like, you have girls playing with dolls and changing their outfits, and we have the watches and the ability to change the strap. And I think this is also a very great advice to people that have maybe a smaller collection. Just changing the strap can completely change the
100% agree. Yeah, 100%. I can see it in your collection. You're doing that often. I can see.
Yeah, I do a lot. And for example, this is one of the things I really loved about Deluxe when I discovered the brand. Is every watch comes with a quick change strap.
Oh yeah.
Quick change spring bars.
Yeah.
So I think everybody should do that. So if you're listening to this, please remember quick exchange spring bars everywhere.
Doesn't matter if you're a micro brand or a big brand, please. It would make life so much easier for us.
Exactly. Yeah. And the green leather on the gold watch, I think, is a really good vintage vibe. It's like old banks. When you watch old movies and you have the very rich banks where you have always some green and gold. That's the kind of look I wanted to go for. I bought this one thanks to Instagram. Because getting into the watch collecting game, I was, of course, drawn to Instagram, where I think that's where you have really a lot of people exchanging pictures and IDs and showing their collections. Now we see also a lot of activity on Discord, but I think it really started on Instagram. And I found this guy that works with the watchmaker, and he always had a lot he always has a lot of very good vintage stuff.
Oh,
so I was able to buy this from him for actually a very, very good price, because after that I looked at this particular model and the price it usually goes for on the websites that everybody knows, and I thought, okay, yeah, no, I made a really good deal for this one and very happy about it. This is the one I will usually put at family functions, end of year holidays, things like that. Also sometimes I will put it at work, and
it's very elegant.
Very elegant. And since even before I got it serviced, it was running quite well, but I had some problems, especially with the crown.
Oh.
The shop fixed it really, really well, and it ticks like...
The value of a good really independent watchmaker these days is...
Very, very important, yes. And I think also, you know, GLC, they have a very special place in my heart, because as everybody says, they are the watchmaker's watchmaker. And one day I will get a Reverso, but I'm already very, very happy to have this one. And I think it's just so cool to have a watch that is older than you are.
Yeah,
that's just, it just blows my mind every time.
Talking about older stuff, I see a lot of new stuff as well in the box.
Yeah.
I see a lot of divers, I see a lot of, I see titanium ones, I see Speedmaster. Which one would you like to talk about?
Maybe let's talk about the, you know, everybody says gada. Go anywhere, do anything. Okay, so the Omega Seamaster Aquaterra 150.
Beautiful.
That's my gada for me. So if I had to keep only one watch from everything that I'm showing you tonight, most probably, certainly it would be that one.
Really?
Yeah.
Even compared with the Speedmaster you have in the box as a...
So, funny thing, when I started getting really, really interested into mechanical watches, and after buying the few SEIKOs and the Vostok, which left my collection, next step for me was the Speedmaster. And I went online and I did all my research, and I was still hesitating a bit between two different models of Speedies. I will talk about that in a bit. But in the end, I bought this one because I really, really loved the model. I love the dial. The movement is really great.
It's a beautiful blue dial.
It's a beautiful blue dial. I was hesitating a bit between little bit of the... There is an older version that has the 12 o'clock index, which is bisected. It looks so cool. So this one doesn't have it, but still, this one is a really great model. It's already master chronometer certified. There is a quick set date. There is a quick set hour change. It looks great on leather. It looks great on steel, on rubber. So I think you can wear it going to the beach. You can wear it going to a fancy event or wedding. So yeah, it's really the one that you can wear anywhere, do anything with it.
I love the case back as well.
The sapphire case back is really cool. The movement is really well decorated. Please go ahead.
Wow. I always have a thing with case backs. I have a case back on my 3861, and in the beginning, I'm always looking at it, but I've noticed after a while...
Yeah, but it's good that, you know, after a while you forget about it, and then one day you pick it up and you look at it and it's, damn, you know, it kind of becomes new again.
It's the beauty of the watch in the end.
Exactly.
It's so sad not more brands do this. Yeah,
I think I can understand some brand don't want to play too much with it, and they say, okay, just have a steel case back, but I don't think it takes such effort to decorate your movement properly and show it. Because that's also one of the main reasons we watch heads get into the game, is because we love to see all the interaction of the gears and all the ingenuity that went into it. And it's what 120 years of technological advances that have given us this. So yeah, I think for sure sapphire casebacks are something really important.
I also see you have two iconic divers in the box.
Yes. Yes. So the first one that I bought was actually the Longines. So the Hydro Conquest, this one has a very funny history. This is one I always like to put when I want to speak about a watch with some history. So you have a lot of Hydro Conquests out there. And this one is special because I don't know if people will be able to see from the video or maybe from some of the pictures we can show. Yeah. So this is a boutique edition, which is different from the usual Hydro Conquest. That if you look attentively at the dial, you will see that it's slightly brushed. So you have some metallic-looking stripes.
Yeah, I was wondering what's going on when I was trying to take pictures of it. Like,
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you look closely, there is this striation which is beautiful. And when I discovered this watch and I saw it online, I thought I need to have it. So first of all, green is my favorite color. So I think I needed at least one or two green watches in the collection. And when I saw the dial of this one, I thought, okay, really need to get it. So I went through all the Longines websites trying to find it because as it's a boutique edition, it was hard to find. And I found out the Australian website, they were still selling it. So I contacted a friend in Australia, asked him, could I please buy the watch, send it to you, then you send it to another country for me. Unfortunately, it was not possible for him at the time. So then I find a guy who is selling it online. I buy it from him. He sends it to me and then it gets blocked at the post office.
Customs.
Exactly. So this went on for about 2 weeks. And everybody gets frustrated. I get frustrated, he gets frustrated. He was such a nice guy. He went back to the office, got it back from the customs, took a long-ass train ride to deliver it to me personally.
Oh, wow.
Very nice guy. Thanks to him, I got my boutique edition Longines Hydro Conquest, and I still wear it a lot. I wear the hell out of it. I have it here today on the steel bracelet, which I also quite like because it's one of those, unfortunately, way too rare, but I think also everybody should do that. You have two less easy exchange system.
That would be handy for most divers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not enough brands do this. Not enough brands do this.
I haven't tried it yet.
Please do. So it came with the steel bracelet and the green rubber. Very nice. Also, the green rubber has the easy exchange system. Plus,
you just push it. Wow.
Yeah, you just push it.
The green looks amazing.
The green looks amazing.
I have a weakness for green watches.
Green watches are great. I think there's an element of peacefulness in a green watch.
Oh yeah.
That you don't have in a lot of other colors. And yeah, and the Longines green rubber that also came with it is so nice. And again, something that not enough brands are doing, you have a micro adjust system coming with it.
And a good one.
Very good one. But also from time to time, I like to put it on orange alligator leather because the green and orange are just so nice together. Just so nice.
This one caught my eye immediately, the Burgundy Black Bay 41, first generation, I believe.
Exactly, that's the heritage model, which came back around, maybe I'm going to say something stupid, but I think around 2000 they came back. 2000 or 2010, I don't remember.
2000 thing and that.
Yeah. So it's very well known by its nickname, the Smiley, because you have the inscriptions on the bottom part of the dial, which are looking like a smile, and some people also call it the rose, because of course you still have the old logo of Tudor, both on the dial, but also, and it's quite nice, on the crown. And this is maybe going to sound stupid, but something I really like is, with such a logo on your crown, if you're a neurotic guy, like myself,
like most watch collectors,
exactly, you like when the name of the brand is really like, you know, parallel to the case. So usually that's done through some working of the crown, but some brands sometimes, especially when you have a screw-down crown, it will not perfectly align. But if you have a logo like this, where it doesn't matter because it's round, then you don't have to worry if you're a neurotic guy.
I've been wearing this one, well, since you got here, the Nomos. I absolutely love this.
Yes.
I love the movement. This is actually a case back that I truly enjoy. I heard that you bought this on a whim.
Exactly. So I discovered Nomos a few years ago, and I really, really liked what they were doing. I think they do a lot of things right, Nomos. So they have excellent bang for your buck. They have a lot of models that are at a very good price, very good quality. One of the few brands that are not from Switzerland. Also, it's good to remember that. And their movements are just crazy. Be it manual or automatic, always very, very, very nicely decorated. Very, very nice movement. So also this is a brand where I don't think anyone should buy a metal case back. Please, people, please go for the sapphire case back, you won't regret it. And also because I bought it directly from their website, they had the option to get it engraved. I'm a very, very big fan of the Discworld created by the late, great Terry Pratchett. So I got engraved a quote from one of his books.
Oh, really? What's the quote?
Yeah. It's a quote which I think applies very well to watches, especially mechanical watches. It's still magic, even if you know how it's done. And I think when you learn more about how watches work and about all the different bits and pieces that come to life inside a watch, you should always be like, wow, this is crazy that in such a small surface, there is so much going on. And it can go on for decades. That's crazy, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. So this one also, I'm very, very happy about it. Probably will never leave the collection. Yeah. And even if it's relatively smaller than my other watches, this is also something that a lot of people always say. It's not about the diameter of the watch, it's about the lug-to-lug distance.
Yeah, true.
That gives a lot of changes on the wearability.
It's a common mistake. People just, it's a 41 millimeter, but it doesn't say anything at the end of the day.
Exactly. Exactly.
I must say, if there was one I wanted to buy of you immediately, I love your vintage Speedmaster, especially on the bracelet you put it on.
Yes. So I definitely needed a Speedmaster because, as I think I already said, the Speedmaster and the Flieger those were the two models that really got me hooked, that really got me into the collecting game. And I definitely needed a Speedmaster. So I bought this one actually right after the Seamaster. And I hesitated again so much between the usual professional model and this one, which is the first Omega in space. Not limited, but numbered edition. So here you have the hippocampus instead of the usual we went to the moon, blah, blah. A lot of people already know the story of that one. So it's a homage or a re-edition of the one worn by Raleigh Shira during the first space travels. So really nice model with the alpha hands. That was one of the main selling points for me. Those hands just look divine, I think.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
And a small detail, you're part of the Speedmaster Secret Club because you put the Chrono hand down.
Yes, exactly. I saw that and I thought, yeah, it's true that it's nice this way, because then you can really well see the inscriptions and the logo, of course.
I tried to do that I also did it, and after a week, my mind couldn't handle it. So I had to put the Chrono back on.
Yes.
Until I couldn't handle it.
I switch it from time to time, and as every watch geek, I will do this when I'm cooking pasta.
Yeah, I also do it when I'm cooking.
Right. So we talked offline before about the bracelet. Again, I'm gonna do a small shout out. Again, people not getting paid, quite the opposite. As I'm
wish
spending
we're getting
the
paid.
money. We wish. Yeah.
We wish.
But a lot of people I think know Forstner. Yeah. They do all these really great quality leather, steel bracelets.
I've always seen the website. Obviously, been on their website. I only bought straps currently from Mr. Chrono in Brussels. Here's my cheap luck of the day. But I've always been in doubt, like, will it be good quality or not? But now that I'm seeing it, it's amazing.
No, it's great. It's great. And guess what?
I've noticed that it was not the original bracelet. It's more thinner.
This is also a Forstner, because this watch I got with the both, those French-made kind of NATO straps
canvas.
From Tudor, canvas.
So
I had the red one and the black one. I like them, but I thought also it would look very good on the steel. So that one is also one of the Forstner. This is the model O, if I remember correctly, and is very, very, very comfortable. Very good quality for the money you put.
Just to close off, to still remain a bit in time, the IWC, that's your latest purchase, right?
That's my latest purchase. So, a lot of people will buy watches when they have something to celebrate. I bought this one when I had something not to celebrate. So
I've done that as well.
Yeah, this is my latest purchase. This is my, how to say, I got separated, so this was my, I'm free again watch. Look at all this disposable income I'm getting again.
We like women, we're not saying. just to make sure. Although I checked the statistics on my viewers, it's 99% men, so we're a bit
right.
We're kind of safe.
Yeah. No, we love them too, but sometimes, shit happens or disagreements happen, and then but because I'm just saying that because when I went to buy it, the guy was like, "Oh, are you celebrating something, wedding, engagement?" I said, "You know what? It's the opposite." But okay, it's still. I'm still very happy with buying it. As you can see, I already swapped the
blue.
Yeah. So I bought this one on the steel bracelet, which I highly recommend because also there the micro adjust system is perfect, really nice, and it also has quick exchange system. Again, a lesson here for all the other brands not doing it. Please do it, because it's just so nice and comfortable.
I think this is the theme of the evening, and I think most colleagues will agree. Is like,
yes. Yeah, and I also hesitated a lot because, you know, IWC with their Mark 20 and even before the Mark 18, they have so many great dials. I hesitated also a lot with the Spitfire because I thought, okay, bronze watch, bronze case, green dial, and you know, we just talked about how I love green dials. I really hesitated a lot. But then when I saw this one live, I think it's such a great contrast between the silver white dial and the black numerals. I just loved it. I had to buy it. And I think also it's a really great strap monster. So we have it here on Blue Shark. In 2 days it will be on red rubber, and I think it will look just as great. And then later put back on the...
I love the fact that you're going for different straps and different colorways.
Yes.
Something I'm still not able to do. I bought a green strap for my Speedmaster and I only put it on once. It's quite sad. Yeah. Unfortunately, and we have to pan a little bit to the end, and we have to talk at least 30 seconds about the Grand Seiko.
Yes.
Or people will probably see it in the box, and I can hear the comment section already complaining if we didn't.
We have to, because this is quite a grail watch. So for years, and this is funny because at first it wasn't my grail watch. My grail watch was the Grand Seiko Snowflake.
Yeah.
You know, everyone loves the Snowflake. And I thought, okay, no, not everyone, obviously, but a lot of people, I did love the Snowflake. But then I thought, okay, I tried it, it looked great. Titanium, spring drive, amazing dial. And I thought, okay, I would like the Snowflake just without the power reserve indicator, you know? And apparently Grand Seiko was listening to me because they made the Omiwatari. And they made 2 of them. And I was not so in love with the first one because of the more like bluish dial and the fact it came on leather. And then they made this marvel of a watch with such a crazy dial, with this time the power reserve indicator on the back, with quite an interesting showcase, because of course it's the spring drive, you won't see a lot of gears turning, but still, and you have of course the famous Zaratsu polish on it, and the dial is just so crazy. It's beautiful. I love this watch.
I like the dial. Still not love it. I know what we're going to talk about off camera when we have a few drinks. Yes. You're probably going to convince me of buying a Grand Seiko one day. Anyways, this was the Balwaj guy. Luke, thank you so much for coming. It was a real pleasure. You have an amazing collection.
Likewise, thank you for having me.
And I'll probably try to steal that Speedmaster of you.
You can try.